side of the bike there. Okay, so that's Pegasus Bridge, guys. It's a shame there's a load of roadworks they're building. Looks like they're cleaning the bridge or doing something to the bridge, and they're laying a new road, so you can't get the bike anywhere near it to take a photo. However, I found this road. So I parked the bike down here and then took a walk down the canal. When I say road, it could be a cycle path. However, as we come up here, you'll see in a second, it looks like they could possibly build houses here. So I don't feel so bad. So yeah, it looks like they're building houses. So this tour is not a tour for the roads, it's a tour to remember. Why is it telling me to do a U-turn? I had to think if I was going around the roundabout the right way. It definitely told me to turn left, but his sat-nav's having an issue again. Anyway, I took my rab jacket off because it started to get warm again. Put my sunglasses down. Speed hump. They have a lot of speed humps, I've noticed, in urban areas, which I think is a good idea. People moan about it back home. At the end of the day, it stops people racing around, doesn't it? Alright, where are we going? Nice to see the Union flag there, next to the tricolour. Scratched my visor, so you got the metal cuffs on this jacket, which I think is a crazy idea. Let's put metal cuffs on a motorcycle jacket. Metal cuff fasteners or something. Anyway, scratched my visor because the thumb wipe on the blade for wiping when it's raining, as I sweep across, I've got this metal catching the visor. Not a good design. Two bad designs there. Alpine Stars, why put it on the thumb? And Wolf, why put metal on your fasteners? Rubber would have been fine. Some kind of hard rubber stuff. Anyway. So yeah, this is not a ride for the roads. This tour is not a ride for the road. It's a tour to remember and just to pay respects. Hopefully we get to ride some nice twisty roads through Normandy. Right, second exit at the roundabout. Take the second exit. Flaggage. Lots of flaggage. I want to slow down for this roundabout. It's so flat around here. Right, I need a supermarket at some point. It's too early in the day. Biscuitaire. Oh, I love biscuits. I think I had far too many coffees already this morning on the boat, big boat, ferry. Third exit. 1, 2, 3. Here we are, folks. So we can find somewhere to put this beast. Parking. Right. 2 meters. Not that tall. Ooh, there we go. It's a pay and display. But let's see if I can get through that gap without killing myself. Yes, done it. This is the closest I'm going to get. Where's that? Right. Quick stop. And have a read of things. So we're at the memorial garden for Brigadier Lord Lovat. He was commander of the 1st Commando Brigade, or 1st Special Service Brigade, on D-Day on 6th June 1944. His mission, along with the commandos, was to fight their way through Sword Beach and then make their way to Pegasus Bridge, which we've just been to. So the mission was a success, as we know, and apparently Lord Lovat apologised for being 2 minutes late, later than his objective time. So as we look across, we've got the memorial, the flame, which is to commemorate the 177 French commandos who had fallen on the day. It's funny, I was just trying to do some video, a piece of camera, as they say in the business, and some French lady came up. She was asking if I was doing a video and where I was from, and that if she needed to, I could write to her, and she gave me her email address, and then she said, "Right, I've got to go now." And I'm like, "Okay, au revoir." And that was just the most bizarre thing. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next objective, which is a little bit further west that way. So I'm going to hop, skip and a jump onto Jeremiah the GS. I think I've had too much coffee. Right, 1, 2, 3. Jeremiah the GS. Okay, so view map. Woohoo! English Channel. Look at that. So I'm going to go across there. I'm going to have to scoot off down here a bit. Clear behind. Down the curb. Easy as that. Okay guys, so what we've got here is the Commando Memorial for the French Commandos, led by Philippe Keffer, who came ashore here. He came ashore with 4 or 5 Commando Royal Marines as well. So this is a memorial for those guys. Is that a statue, or is somebody doing a really good stretch? Stretching out, stretching out. Oh. It says I can go straight on according to the no, it doesn't. It's just changed its mind. I was going to say. The old and new. You're welcome. Okay guys, so I've just stopped to look at the memorial for 4-1 Commando, which is there. And we've got this big spike, which technically looks like a clock, looks like a sundial, and then we've got this big tank. So we're going to move on now. We're going to keep heading west, and we're going to head towards Juno Beach, and that's where the Canadians first came ashore. Okay, see you there.
Hi guys, so we're at Juno Beach where the Canadians came ashore on D-Day, and they're gonna obviously have to come across this sand, which is pretty soft, wearing full kit, enemy firing down on them, running, obviously trying not to get hurt, shot at, killed and maimed, up the beach to be faced with a concrete bunker here. So we've got this bunker, you're going to come up, and obviously there's all this is new steel, but imagine all that steel protecting the positions that the Germans had fortified. Then we've got this bunker here. So we can't get into the bunker because it's all locked up. We can get into the stairs and have a look. So let's go. So it's pretty tight in here. There's a grate at the top, obviously, but that's where the Germans would have been looking out from. And there'd be a gun in here, I assume. Something big and powerful. It is pretty tight. I'm not the tallest of people, but I'm proper crouched down and catching my shoulders as I came through. So I'd say that would have been a defended position by the Germans. And as we look over this way, we have the memorial centre for the Canadians who'd fallen during the war. It's quite a spectacular piece of architecture. All those blocks on there are made out of titanium, and all the names facing out towards the channel are all for soldiers who fought or served in the military. And then on the other side, facing the building, they're titanium bricks that are what's the word I'm looking for? Are from the sponsors, the people who'd sponsored bricks to help pay for the monument. So yeah, this is Juno Beach.
Okay, welcome back, folks. So just been for a walk down onto the beach, onto Juno Beach, and just had a look in the bunker and had a look or read of some of the stuff around here. The building itself is quite an impressive building. It's based, or they got the inspiration from the Canadian maple leaf, which is their national symbol, obviously, and those metal panels are all titanium. So those triangular diamond shaped panels are all titanium, and I'd say it's quite a spectacular piece of engineering. What we're going to do now, I'm going to hop back on the G. Oh yes. and we're going to head down to the next part of Juno Beach. There's a pillbox. No, there's another bunker down there we'll have a look at before we head towards gold and arrow matches. Where's that car? Okay, so yeah, all those titanium plates on those bricks are all the names of people who'd served in the forces during times of war and times of peace, and it was all made possible by donations. So facing out to the channel are all the names of ex-forces, and all the names facing the building are for people who sponsored bricks to help pay for it, which the concept came up with by a Canadian lieutenant who was 77 years old. He was at university, joined the Canadian Army, fought in D-Day and throughout the war, went home, finished his degree. Yeah, went back to Canada, finished his degree, and he worked for Bell Try that again. He worked for Bell Telephone Company, telecommunications, and then when he was 77 years old, he came up with the idea, and there you go, a memorial for the Canadians. And he died in 2012. So we're gonna go right, I reckon. We're going right anyway. Seen this cafe? Just seen it a second ago. It's like a little pond, windmilly type. Looks like it used to be a windmill. Little lighthouse, cafe and stuff with loads of decking, and it's quite cute. And we've got cars, so hopefully that car comes around me. Thankfully it didn't. I don't know, squash me. So on to the next one, guys. This tour is not really about the riding, this is about remembering. So there's going to be a lot of off-bike stuff on this this series. So I hope you don't mind and you're not just watching it for the riding. Been having problems with my pin lock, and my visor keeps steaming up, and I discovered it's because the pin lock clip, or the clip that holds the pin lock in, is broken, so it doesn't get a great seal, and so it's just bleeding air inside in between the pin lock and the visor, and it steams up inside in between. So a little bit disappointing considering the cost of this shoe berth. It's a great helmet, it's quiet, it's light enough. However, there's just some niggles that I have with it that means that I won't buy another. So that pin lock's just one of them.
I'm currently at Juno Beach. This is where the Canadians came ashore during the D-Day landings on 6 June 1944. So you imagine out there is somewhere out there is England. Can't quite see it through the mist. So yeah, this is where this is Juno Beach. this is where the Canadians came ashore. Queen's Own Regiment. There's a plaque here, okay? So what it says is, stand for a moment and imagine what it must have been like when 800 men of the Queen's Own Rifles of Canada stormed ashore at this very spot on the 6th of June 1944. They were the lead wave of the dramatic D-Day assault. Strong points like the bunker that we're standing next to now were overcome at great cost. By last light, the Queen's Own Rifles had pushed forward to Ainslie, thus achieving their assigned D-Day objective, the only Allied unit to do so. On D-Day, 143 riflemen were killed or wounded. From Normandy, the Queen's Own Rifles began their long, bloody advance against Nazi tyranny that ended in Allied victory on the 8th of May 1945. These men had volunteered to serve their country and regiment. Their sacrifices have given us the freedom that we enjoy today. By the end of the World War II, the Queen's Own Rifles had suffered over 1,000 battle casualties and 462 riflemen had made their supreme sacrifice. So, I have to say, guys, I mean, the beaches are really flat here, and there's a massive draft, so that's why they chose these beaches for the landings, because when the tide's out there's a lot of sand, so we could get the landing craft in. But like I say, it's so peaceful today. There's not a soul around really. There's some beachside huts here, and then there's this bunker, bunker which would have been defended like crazy by the Germans, and eventually, like say, the Canadians, they overcome their foe, their enemy, and achieved their objective. And it's quite startling when you think that they're the only people who did achieve their objective on the first day. So I'm going to push on next. I'm going to have a look at Omaha beaches, and we're also going to go over to Arromatches. Arromatches is twinned with another little town near where I live, Instow. And actually at Instow there's a Royal Marine camp there, and that's where they practice all the amphibious warfare and all the beach landings over at Braunton Burrows, which again is not far away from where I live. So we're going to make our way over to Omaha, and we're also going to make our way to Arromatches. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye bye.